So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the APC prop. By now, you might have seen a YouTube video on these. A guy put them on a Minn Kota trolling motor. The video I watched, it was a Minn Kota 30, and he was comparing it to like a Minn Kota 50 or 55, the difference in speed and what have you, and the amp draw. I was real impressed with that video. It was a real good video. But anyways, I've been running this for about a month and a half now, quite a few different trips, and I use my trolling motor on my kayak to fish the entire time I'm out here. So whether I'm in grass, wood, rock, whatever is out there, my prop is gonna touch it at some point. And it just kind of, this video is just gonna give you a real hands-on experience with the propeller and what I think about it and what I like and don't like about it. And we're going to be comparing it to the Kippewa propeller and also your factory propeller too. So these propeller here is a 10x4, and these are made to put on RC airplanes and quadcopters, stuff like that. So definitely different putting it on a trolling motor. I was never had a thought to do it, but here we are. So stay tuned, we'll get into it. Okay, so right off the bat, you're probably going to notice that these propellers are very, very thin. Just not much there, just kind of like a sheet of paper almost. Not quite, but it's they're real thin. But they're not very flexible either. I mean, they flex a little bit there on the tip, but just not very flexible at all. I guess we'll just start out with the good things about it. One thing I've really liked about it from the beginning, and I really wanted to love this propeller just for that, is the vibration. This propeller is very, very smooth, forward and reverse. It's probably one of the smoothest props I've ever ran. And I'm always trying to find a propeller that doesn't put vibration to the water. This propeller here is just really good for that. But, it does add quite a bit of speed to each speed on your trolling motor. Around a half mile an hour or so. That's go all the way up to fifth. But, reverse is pretty good on it. It's not as good as the Kippewa as far as the power in reverse, but it has more than your factory propeller, and it's smooth. It doesn't have vibration. That's one thing I hate about the factory prop. If you've run one very long, the reverse sucks, and you have to go to 2 or 3 to get any power out of it, and when you do, it just vibrates so bad. And I just hate that. I think it scares away the fish and what have you. I just don't like that. But this propeller here, it's pretty smooth, forward and reverse, as long as nothing's wrong with it, not chipped off or what have you. Another good thing is the cost of them. They don't cost very much. They're under $4 a piece. I will link these in the description below, this and the Kippewa propeller. I guess the price and just the smoothness of it, that's about and it does add speed like I'm talking about. But it also, on the original video I watched, the guy had an amp meter on it, and it was drawing a lot less amps, around 10 less amps on like 4th and 5th, which is pretty good jump for if you're using your trolling motor out like I am all the time for traveling and getting around out here. But coming to the drawbacks of this prop, it does not like any kind of vegetation whatsoever, and I was kind of surprised. I mean, I really figured as small and as slim, as smooth as the propeller is, I really figured leaves and grass and stuff like that would just go right off of it, but that is not the case at all. I was in a little bit of grassy area, and grass will ball up on one side of it right here, and it just start that flopping vibration, had to pick it up and actually get it off there. One thing really surprised me, I was coming down the river one afternoon and had quite a bit of leaves out on the river, and there was some underwater too, but not a lot. There's just one here and there you would see under the water, but one leaf would get on that prop and it would drop like 1 mile an hour, and it would start vibrating real bad, and I'd had to hit reverse, get it off there. And that was about a 2.5 mile trip, so it was a long trip fighting them leaves on that propeller. But I just, like I said, I wouldn't really think that. Looking at it, you figure that stuff would just shear right off of it and go on, but it doesn't. It just stuff just kind of sticks to it. But another thing is the durability of these propellers, which you can imagine, as small and thin as they are. The first trip, I hit a cypress knee or some kind of piece of wood with it. When it was turning, it broke the end off of it. And as soon as I did that, it started vibrating real bad. I had to pull it to the bank and put a new one on it. The next trip, I was on Little Red River, and I was in a rocky area, And you already know if it doesn't like wood, it sure doesn't like rocks. And I hit a rock with it, and it broke it off pretty good up here, and pulled it to the bank, put another one on it. But you know, if there's nothing wrong with these propellers, no chips, no nothing, it runs real smooth. I love them, but they're just a pain in the back as far as durability and just no vegetation whatsoever. You know, if you're running these propellers, you better bring 2 or 3 of them with you, because they're not very durable at all. But this is a 10x4 here. The original video, the 10x4 was supposed to be the best one on like a Minn Kota 30 through like a 45, and I forget what the best one was for like a 50 and 55. But like I said though, I wanted to love it, but it just the durability is just a huge drawback, and the weedless part of it, I can't have a prop that just balls up all the time. But you'll notice I had to space it up with washers here to get it where I could tighten it down. And one thing a lot of people were concerned about was the pin coming out, because it doesn't have any way to keep that pin in there on either side. But one thing I noticed, as soon as you tighten it down, it bends that pin. And that pin is bent kind of like in a U a little bit, and that pin isn't coming out. You know, once you tighten this down, that pin bends, it's not coming out. You know, so far this is the original pin I've had in it on every prop so far, and this is the 3rd one here. But you don't have to worry about that pin coming out. It ain't going anywhere once you tighten it down. But it's just you'll have to replace that pin when you want to go back to like a Kippewa like this or your factory propeller, because it needs a flat pin in there on one of those. But coming to the Kippewa, I've been running one of these for about 2 years now. Just love these propellers. It's kind of like a boat propeller, pretty much. It does add a little bit of speed, about 1/4 mile an hour to each speed on your trolling motor. These are more expensive. These are around $40, $45 each. But like I said, I've been running this one here for about 2 years now, and I've never had to replace one of them. It does have some scratches on it here and there. Sometimes I have to take a razor blade and kind of smooth off the edges when I hit like rocks or something like that. But it's just super durable prop. But the biggest thing is the weedless of it. I can eat through all kinds of grass, real heavy grass too. If you get it in lily pads, you just kind of hit that higher speed to get it more power, and it just eats through lily pads. I've never had to pick this prop up and dig it out by hand. Sometimes I might have to hit reverse, you know, kind of back flush it or what have you. But as far as actually picking it up and digging it out, I've never had to do that on this propeller. One of the biggest things I love about this prop is the reverse power of it. You know, if you got a big heavy aluminum boat, or you know, if you're yo-yoing, you're coming up on some brush or cypress trees and these and stuff like that, you know, you want that reverse to work. You want to go backwards when you hit it. And this prop right here is just super powerful in reverse. I rarely ever go past first on this kayak, but it would be perfect for boats. You know, if you're running yo-yos with it, something like that. Just for reverse power, I would get that propeller just for that. Just durability, the weedless of it. It's just way better than your factory propeller. But coming back to this prop, you know, to me, some aspects of it are pretty good. You know, I think the only time I would recommend this propeller to someone, if you were wanting to use it strictly for traveling only, you know, you're not going to be hitting any kind of rocks, wood, not going to be going through any kind of grass or leaves. You're just going to be going through clear water, traveling to get to where you're going. You know, when you want that speed and stuff, this propeller would be good for that. Like I said, just don't hit anything. Definitely want to bring some more extra with you, just in case you do hit something. But that's going to be it for today. Hope this video helps out. Appreciate y'all watching.